Hey everybody, the power of technology. This is incredible. I'm supposed to be in St. Louis and I was super excited to see all of you in person, but this is the next best thing for sure. And I think it's truly amazing that we can be so connected through applications like Zoom, iPhone, computers, like, sea to shining sea, but soon all over the globe. It's incredible. So I love this. So anyway, Ricky, Donna, and I kind of briefed this morning, and didn't I say Tina?
It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm
no worries.
Sorry, Tina. Oh, I love you. Tina, Donna, and Ricky and I. And oh my God, there's that cute little Laurie. Hi, Laurie. Turn on your video so we can see you. Hi, Kimberly. Okay, so this is so wonderful. And we're going to kind of go back and forth with some information to share with you. Our whole objective basically for 2019 is to really come together and simplify and make things just fun and easy and streamlined. And we want to hear from all of you also. We want to hear where you are in your business, what's working, what you'd like to see change, what you're confused on. So we really want this to be an interactive communication. So let's start there, don't you think? Let's start, and we want to hear from everybody.
How can we serve you guys?
Well, I just talked to a friend of mine this morning and mentioned to him that I had lost a bunch of weight, and he seemed very interested in what I had to say, but he was busy. But him and his wife, he sounded very interested for him and his wife. They have 4 children, so she's athletic, and she's put on a few pounds, obviously. But they're interested in. I made him sound interested in the product. Told him a little bit about it and what I've done.
So Rick, here's a question for you. When you have somebody like that that's interested, do you know where to go or where to find the information to send to them? That's the big question.
That's a good. I know a little bit, not everything.
Okay.
That's what we're going to kind of go through.
What I told,
I'm going to share.
I gave him the email address.
Got it.
Okay, thank you, George. If you have background noise, go ahead and mute yourself so everybody can hear clearly. But I'm going to bring up our screen and we're going to go over some things, and really some brass tack. Can you go on my screen?
Heidi, are you using wireless earbuds again?
No.
Okay.
I think there's just a lot of background noise.
Okay, I'm hearing an echo.
I am too. If you guys can.
Why don't you mute everyone, Heidi?
Okay, sounds good. I hate to do that, but.
Well, people can unmute themselves, and if you guys don't know how to unmute yourself, you'll see it on the lower left-hand side. You'll see a little microphone, and it has a red line across it. You just click that, and you can unmute to speak. How's that?
And the skill set really is, especially the skill set is when there's a lot of people on a call, you can unmute yourself to speak, but then remute yourself when you're done.
Right. Okay, so can people hear me better now? Is that better? Okay, awesome. I'm also in a huge empty room, so that can't help. But anyway, guys, first of all, we are connected with the #1 income earners in network marketing, or in Isagenix and possibly network marketing, Lynn and Michael Klaus. And we're so lucky. They're so committed to really pouring into us and, giving us tracks to run on. And these are some tools that I really think that we need to just kind of take a tour of, because people don't know where to find things, right? So their team website is onebigteam.us, You guys, I encourage you, what I'll do in the ISO Dream Team Facebook page is I will put a few different, some of these websites that you need to access over and over again. I will put them in a post on the ISO Dream Team, and I encourage you to bookmark them and familiarize yourself with them. Agreed? Okay, so the other thing that you need to know is when you come to onebigteam.us, there is a password. And the password, guys, is ISA Life. Okay, no space, just ISA Life, one word. You can do all lower cases. So we're going to just kind of explore this really quick, but here's Start Here, and this is the amazing Julie Ervik. I think a lot of you met her in St. Louis, and she has a really great unpacking your box video to share with people when they first get their box. And I know, years ago, I would go to people's houses with an indelible marker and mark 1 a.m., 2, take this the second time, P, and this is just a way to leverage our time and energy and really equip and support our new product users, okay? So the other thing I want to show you is, and you guys can explore this as much or as little as you need. But another thing is most of our organizations are comprised, they say about 82 to 85% of preferred customers. But what about when that person says, I want to make money? Show me how to do what you're doing. Then guys, the first thing they need to do is upgrade to associate. So, really you can, it's as easy as copying this live link. And if this is something you guys don't know how to do, these are like the little copy and paste things that we use over and over again. I mean, the Start group knows it inside out and backwards and forwards. But, these are just some simple things that we need to learn, some few basic skills like how to work Zoom, how to copy, paste, and customize, how to, copy, for example, a web page and share it. So this is exactly how to upgrade to associate. If you're wondering, oh gosh, how do we do that? Okay, and then there's Success System. There's a million resources, but guys, here's what I really want to emphasize, and I know most of us have learned this, is that we want to earn as we learn and learn as we earn. Get on the court. This is not about feeling like you need to learn everything. That's what our team's for, is to really be able to ask questions like, wait, how do you upgrade to associate? Oh, well, here's the link. So, which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about, which is our virtual power hours. And I'd love, for those of you who have participated, anyone who's participated, I'm going to go through just the objective and what these are and how we've started them. But I'm ready and excited to, in 2019, make this the true integral part of our business that I think has been missing.
I want to add, Heidi, that, the great thing about network marketing, everybody will agree, is that you can work it in the nooks and crannies of your life. Because of that, it's also very easy not to work. These power hours make you put your butt in a chair and to send information to prospects. And while you're doing it, you have this great team support online that if you hit a stumbling block or you get a question you don't know the answers to, you have people right there at your fingertips that can answer those questions for you. I have found these power hours to be the most powerful thing out of anything that we've done so far. That's all I got to say about that.
I love that. You know what, Tina, I am going to take your little clip and use it as a testimonial for our power hours, because my thing is, and anybody else who's participated in this, so on Mondays, okay, which I love. Monday, it's the start of the week. We have two-hour power hours, okay? One is from 11:30 to 1:30 Eastern time, adjust for your time zone, and the next is 7:30 to 9:30 Eastern time. So I've been getting on both. And guys, I can tell you this for sure. It's been the missing piece for me. There's so much information out there. There's that our energies, our time, our our time and our focus gets so diluted. Anybody agree? Raise your hand. Yep. So what I realized is, most people work 40 hours a week. Can we take 4 to do income producing activity? 4 hours? I realize I haven't been doing that. And since I've been doing these 4 hours, oh my gosh, it's like my business is, since I've been doing, I've enrolled at least 1 to 3 people since I've been doing these a week. If we can do that, if we can all do that, we will win. I want to mention on Wednesday, we have a Start Group Power Hour, and what a powerful group that is. It's Tara and Angela, my 2 boys, JP and Criff, and to be able to hear different people, contribute to the call and contribute to what they're doing that works. It's just amazing. So the agenda, and I just think this to me is going to...
Wait, real quick, Heidi. For those that don't know, define what that Start group is. How is that different from the Monday group?
Thank you so much, Tina. Sometimes we forget when we've been in this business for 7 years that colloquialisms and, people don't understand certain terminologies. So what is the Start group? That is first of all, the fastest growing demographic in Isogenics. And it is ages, is it 21 or 18? Let me unmute you, Rick.
18 to 35.
18 to 35. And guys, they do things a little differently than we do. Okay? So, and we've got to put people with their own tribes, if that makes sense. So the agenda of these, and the crazy thing is though, the power hour I've done with our group on Wednesday, they're all needing the same, and they're all, it's very congruent, So each week we'll focus on a specific reach out or invitation method, and it's basically going to be warm market, board of directors, and cold market. Those are basically the 3 categories and groups that we reached out to, and we're going to together, talk about what works best. And then we're going to provide an optional 15-minute training, and that 15-minute training, guys, will actually be recorded. It isn't yet, but if you get bored with this, it's because you don't have a new person on the call, right? So, for those of us who have heard that particular reach out method or invitation method or training, that's great. Mute out and get to work. But for your new person, they have to listen to it. It's the brass tacks and foundation of our business, okay? After the training, we'll get to work in connective energy. And there's something magical about seeing everybody from all different parts of the world, all working in unison together. We leave the chat box in Zoom open. That's something that everybody needs to get familiarized with. This is our meeting place. It's so cool because we can work our business from anywhere at any time, and connect though, as if we're sitting across from each other having coffee and collaborate. So we'll leave the chat box open, and if you get stuck or if you have a question or if you're paralyzed with fear, okay, we want you working for 2 hours. If you're paralyzed with fear, we need to hear you. We need to hear why, and I guarantee you there's 10 more people on the call that are in the same boat. That's where we're going to support each other. But again, if you're on a roll, keep muted and keep going. So, I think there's too many trainings and too few work sessions, if you will. Okay, Ricky, do you want to take this one?
Sure. I can't see. You know what? I'm not seeing your screen. I'm only seeing your face. So I don't see.
Do you guys not see the screen?
I mean, I see your face, but I don't see the slide.
Oh, that's weird. Ah. Okay.
So wait a minute. So Ricky, look around, look on the bottom and see if you see little like thumbtacks that whatever they're called, so that you can make our faces smaller. You should be able to see all of us.
Okay, it switched over.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here?
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Tuesday. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so you guys, again, as Heidi mentioned, we are so fortunate. Am I doing this or am I doing the other one?
Sorry, my screen went crazy.
It's okay. We are so fortunate that we have Lynn and Michael. Michael has been in this industry. For those of you who don't know who they are, Michael Klaus has been in this industry for at least 30 plus years. He's only been with one other company, and when he saw Isagenix, he joined immediately. And his wife, Lynn Hagedorn, has been in the network marketing industry for, I'd say, 15 plus years. They go neck and neck for the top income earners. They're always in the top 3 income earners of the entire company. And we are fortunate enough to be able to plug in to their team trainings, which we are part of their team. They are Tuesday nights. This past Tuesday was the first one. We will post it. I can post it if you guys would like on the ISA Dream Team web or Facebook group, which is our immediate Facebook group. Okay, where there's so many different groups out there, and we're trying to streamline and simplify. That is the goal. So this Tuesday team Zoom is 30 minutes. It's brass tacks. It's back to basics. It will be led by different leaders, some from our team and then from Lynn's team as a whole. And if you cannot jump on live, which is ideal, and I really recommend it for St. Louis people, it's 8 o'clock p.m. If you can't jump on from 8 to 8:30, definitely plan to plug into the trainings. And, it's all under that one big team umbrella, which is the website that Heidi shared in the very beginning.
And guys, thank you, Ricky. I think that the beauty of this is it's 30 minutes. It's going to be extremely potent information. Like, they're not going to give you a bunch of, they're not going to dilute your focus like a lot of calls and different things are. And, each week we'll get some really important little nuggets that will build your skill set and build, in turn, your business.
And thank you, Tina. The homework, I haven't listened to it yet. The homework for this week was to listen to the brand new Fast Track to Executive call, and or actually video. And you can find that very easily under One Big Team. And if anyone has questions on where it is, I'll actually I have it pulled up on my screen. So hold tight 1 second. Heidi, can I share my screen?
Yeah, let me stop sharing. And then we're worried we won't have the bandwidth to actually play it while on a Zoom call with this many people, but Ricky's gonna try, and if we can't play it, then again, I'm going to post after this some links. A link to onebigteam.us, a link to this call. There you go.
Okay.
Or not this call, but this recording. Looks like it might work.
Are you seeing it?
Yep.
Okay. So, again, not to confuse matters. We have One Big Team, which Lynn and Michael have created with much more information on products, on training, on amazing resources. What I have pulled up here is isagenixbusiness.com. And this is a corporate-driven website. So when you go into here, and I encourage everyone in this group, whether you're brand new or seasoned, we all, these groups and these pages are continuing to evolve. And I found this right here under training. So if you go to Isogenics Business and you click on training, the very first thing that pops up is Fast Track to Executive. So what I encourage everyone to do is pull this up, watch this video. We don't have to do it here. We were talking about doing it here, but in the interest of time, I would say let's make sure you watch this. Write down questions. You're going to have questions. If you don't have questions, that's great. But, as I tell people all the time, it literally took me 6 months to even figure out a little bit of this compensation plan, not to mention how intricate it is and how lucrative it is. And then right here, you can see, just push play, watch the video, and write down your questions. And there's almost so many people in this group already are very comfortable with this. You can ask anyone in this group. You can jump on ISA Dream Team and ask, or you can certainly reach out to your sponsor. If you're not in touch with your sponsor's not engaged on the business side, we are all available to help. So I hope that makes sense. Whoops, sorry about that. My son's school. Okay, Heidi, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ricky. Okay, if you can stop sharing your screen. And guys, pretty soon we're all going to be experts at Zoom also. Then I'm going to go back to this. Okay. And can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, and so, here's another thing I thought I would mention. Donna's having, weather permitting, a sip and sample at her beautiful new home, you guys. It's worth going just to see her pretty home. But we were talking this morning, and we were talking about how during this discovery process, of what I like to refer to it as the escalation of exposures, okay? It's kind of the discovery process of your prospect discovering how and what solutions that Isogenics offers are a fit for them or not. And you discovering, by asking questions, etc., what their interests are, what their health goals are. If they have financial goals, smart people diversify. But I think, Donna, do you want to take this one and talk about how we were discussing this morning, how I think sometimes people prematurely invite people to an event. Where's my little Donna?
There she is. She needs to unmute.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it's just really important to not invite someone without exposing them to what they're going to be learning about, because first of all, it scares the crap out of them. And they come and they're like, what is this? And what do you guys got going on there? But it's just, to the first exposure is really important, that conversation before inviting someone. We don't want to confuse.
Exactly. And Donna, you're so right. Like, connection is everything, right? And, what we talked about this morning is people are so busy. They're so busy. And they're also very, very selective of how and where and with who they're going to spend their time. So I found that in the escalation of exposures, again, in order, most of the time, people need to have a little information so that they're intrigued enough to actually get in their car, drive over to Donna's, and participate with the sip and sample. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then the conversation and coffee. These are just a couple invitations that I've created, and that Katie is creating editable invites for all of you to use. So, we're going to have several beautiful invites, that will have an editable section where you can just put your particular information, your event details in there. Does that sound good?
Sounds great. Okay, so just to reiterate, so you just said this would not be a first exposure, bringing somebody to a sip and sample. So what is everybody that's on here, what are they using as a first exposure? Are they using Go Take a Look? Are they sending them to iSamovie? So I'd like to hear what other people are using, and especially since Rick brought that up, that he has a prospect and wasn't really sure what to send. So anyway, that's my question for all of you who are able to answer that question.
Absolutely. And you guys, my suggestion is go take a look, but there's amazing tools that Isagenix has, and I want to hear from you all. What's working, what's not working?
Heidi, can you explain what Go Take a Look is?
Absolutely. So I love that it's called Go Take a Look, right? Because it just is so congruent with what it's all about. So here is how I tee this up. Now remember, if you're going to run a business, you need to have office hours, okay? So I use the power hours as my time, my set time during the week to, take my list, reach out to people and invite them to take a look at the solutions I am so flipping passionate about. Okay, and it sounds something like this. Anastasia, it's Heidi calling. I don't know if you know about that. I don't know if you know this or not, but my family and I have been using and absolutely loving a nutritional technology for the past 7 years. And, my mission is truly to expose everyone to this. We have solutions for weight wellness. We have solutions for enhancing athletic performance. We have solutions for healthy aging, increasing energy, better sleep, and it all starts with this amazing, simple nutritional shortcut. Would you be interested or open? I love the word open. Would you be open to taking a look at why I'm so excited about this? You guys, most people will say yes to that way before they're going to say yes to going to an event, okay? And I'll use Tina because I can see her right in front of my face. So Tina, would you be open to taking a look at that?
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Well, I found the best and most efficient way to do this is I'll quickly text you or send you, what's the best way to communicate? Text, email? Text. Okay. I'm going to just text you a link to our team landing page. And if you click on that link, you're going to find 2 compelling videos. They're short, they're sweet, and they get right to the point. The first one's going to talk about what the problem is and why everyone can benefit from our solutions. And the second one, the first one's going to talk about the problem and why everyone can benefit from our solutions. And the second one is great because it's a fitness instructor who's also a yoga teacher and a spin instructor. Her name's Mary Evans. She's a colleague of ours who was so skeptical, and she talks about, kind of what Isagenix is and why we all need it. You can explore as much or as little as you'd like. And then, I'd love to schedule a quick follow-up call in the next couple days after you've taken a look at those 2 videos so I can get your feedback. That's how I set this up, guys, 9 out of 10 times. Of course, there's different scenarios, but this, after trying many things, has worked the best. What I recommend not doing is sending videos without scheduling a follow-up. And Michael Klaus said to me a long time ago, this was really interesting. He said, Heidi, and I'd love to hear from you guys, think about this question. what is the objective of each and every isogenics exposure? Anybody? What's the objective?
To either get them to the next step or to get a no.
I love it. Anybody else? My answer was
To reach their goals.
to reach their goals. So, Lori,
Hi.
hi, honey. Yeah, it was like, for me, it was like to get them enrolled.
Right.
And he said, nope, try again. And I kept saying, like, I don't know, to get a yes or a no.
Mm-hmm.
And his response was, the objective of each and every exposure is to set up the next exposure. So guys, what does that mean? That means that any exposure you have, it's what's the next step with them. So you were spot on, Tina. You know, so that to me is set up. So after the follow-up call, you know, there's the next exposure. What if they say, I'm interested, but not right now? Then we can use real people, real results, etc. But the thing that's so wonderful about this is if you're just starting, plug into these virtual power hours, because if you don't know what to do next, you've got a whole team of a whole support system to guide you to what to do next, to what to send, you know, what to send next, how to keep your prospect engaged, okay? So, you know, this is what I love. And the thing that is so great about this go take a look.info landing pages, Lynn and Michael have really taken and boiled down the most important elements of isogenics onto one page, concise. There's 2 high-level overview videos. And, you know, sometimes I'll also say, and, you know, check out the second tab, real results. Those are real people. Those aren't paid actors or, you know, these are real people that, you know, our team has helped. And, you know, they may even go to how it works. What's so great, guys, is, you know, when leveraging these tools is going to take such the onus out of you having to know everything. Well, what's in the box? How does it work? Oh, well, here, I'll send you this, how it works. This has everything, how to do a cleanse day, what's in your box, etc. Is it backed by real science? They can go here. So they really, there's just really amazing information on here that you can almost find everything you need for the prospecting process. Okay, and again, I love what you said, Lori. I mean, really, it is to get a yes or no. And we can, if we can stay detached from the no's and just move on, it's great. So, okay, what next? The calendar. This is something that is our team hub, the isodreamteam.com. Who thinks, I want to hear from you guys, that because there's a one big team, well, do you think it's too confusing to have this calendar, or do you think it helps? Because we have some things on it that aren't on the one. Okay, thank you, Mary. Okay, I love it. It helps. Okay, great. So this is the isodreamteam.com, and I'm writing down all the links that I want everyone to bookmark. But I basically have, hold on, let me open my screen a little bit more so you guys can really get a good look at this. Okay, this is, it has everything you need in one place, and how to find it. Because I get a lot of, well, I'd like to plug into the virtual team power hour, but when is it again? How do I get on?
So Heidi, so on that note, so when you have the virtual power hour, can you click right on that power hour and will the info for the Zoom pop up?
You got it.
Okay,
So,
just wanted to clarify that.
yeah, and see,
Because it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like there's anything, like it doesn't say Zoom or the ID number or anything on that one. It does on the 15th.
yes. So, and the reason I put that is because everybody was like, oh, wait, we're going to Tina's. So I wanted to
Gotcha.
make sure people saw that was a Zoom. But guys, everything's a Zoom unless otherwise noted. Okay, everything is Zoom. So Zoom is something that you need to, really tee this up for the people that say, yeah, I'm really interested in joining this business. I mean, I let people know, well, the beautiful thing is, although we have fun events and that kind of thing, the majority of our time is spent working this business virtually. And we do all of our team, like most of our team get-togethers and team trainings through an application called Zoom. It is FaceTime, or it's FaceTime on steroids. It's unbelievable. It's like being, next to each other and in a room with your whole team. And so if you click on this, okay, so the Monday Team Power Hours, again, there's two. This is what's so great, guys, is here is everything you need to know. This is like if you want to share this with somebody on your team, you can share it, drag and drop it. Those are some little things that once you figure out how to do that, you only have to figure out once. How do I participate? You click here. That's easy. If you're doing iPhone, right here. And here's your prospecting tools. And guys, this is consistent and will never change. I mean, guys, our prospecting tools, these are what I've used from day one. And it's funny because I have an old executive map. It looked a little different, but it's the exact same information. So, these will never, ever change. So, when you are coming to the virtual power hour, these are the 4 things that we bring each and every week. Very simple. Executive map, the who do you know contact list, the virtual power hour language. That's it. Okay. Here is our team calendar. That just brings you right back to there. This is a tool and resource for all of you to bookmark as well, for you to schedule a call. And 3-way calls are magic, guys. And on the power hours, we will teach you how to set them up elegantly. They don't have to be weird. Okay. But here is a place that you can find my hours. And you click there. It does time zones and everything. And you can set up an appointment with me. Easy? Anybody confused? Be honest.
Well, I think it's a lot of information, but I want to assure everybody that you're going to send us a follow-up with all these links, because the bottom line is people need to click on the links, bookmark them, just to be able to learn what is where. It's a lot of information, but you're going to send it to us, the links to us, so for people not to freak.
Exactly. And however, there's a lot of people on our call and in Isogenics and everything else that are earning more than the President of the United States, more than doctors, more than lawyers, and there's not that much to learn. Right.
Good point. So Heidi, so just to reiterate, so you went to the IsoDream Team calendar, you clicked on the event, and when you click on the event, this information popped up.
Correct.
So although it doesn't look like it's there, when you click on the actual event on the calendar, this information pops up. And then the One Big Team site also has additional calendar information, but what we're working to do is streamline that so they coordinate.
And what I would say is, yeah, I don't have all the associate to consultant to manager.
That's okay. And those right now those are not even going on until the new year anyway. So
And to me, that is more of a leadership tool. That's something that the leaders need to know about, but not the brand new people. They'll be overwhelmed. Like the leaders need to, when you're ready to say, hey, Mercy, you're ready to go to manager. Plug into Ricky's call on Wednesday. Here's the information. She's going to explain exactly how to get to manager. Okay. So to me, I'm trying to keep this very, very simple. And we have just this 30-minute, one big team event on Tuesdays. Mondays, we have the 2 virtual power hours. And, oops, sorry. And each and every power hour, you know, these are the tools that you're going to bring every single time. It's all linked to the hub is our calendar. You can access all of these documents from this hub, and we'll be referencing these documents when needed during the power hours. And the way I kind of explain it is, okay, if you're a tennis player, there's going to be a coach/moderator on these calls, okay, always. It's either going to be Ricky, it's going to be me, it's going to be Julia Porter-Johnson, Beth Mayfield, and they'll be the moderator, and they will reference, you know, the chat box when people get stuck, like, what do I do next? What do I say if this happens? Basically, they will be referencing and drilling down on these simple 4 documents to answer every single question on prospecting. And we're even thinking about, you know, there's really 2 things in our business. It's prospecting and follow-up. And we're even thinking about adding a follow-up Friday. And that's really the meat and potatoes. The meat is prospecting. The potatoes are, okay, I'm going to take that back. It's the shake and cleanse. The shake is shake is prospecting, or the cleanse is prospecting, and the shake is follow-up. I love this. I'm ready to do this. Go take a look. Okay, great. Okay, so what else, guys? Anyone confused? Oh, the other thing we talked about is we definitely want our team page, the ICE Dream team, to really be a team page, you know, to really add life to it. And I know that everybody's busy, but if everyone can just like add some life to it even once a week, it's not my page, it's not Donna's page, it's not Tina's page, it's not Joe's page, it's all of our pages. And, you know, our Laura Ramsey, I think all this, and some of you have heard me say this, but Isogenics has so many phenomenal tools, but the best tool we have is each other. Okay.
So does anyone have any questions? I'm just curious, you know, we focused more on the websites and the training. Does anyone have any questions regarding the Facebook groups at all while we're all together? And, you know, a few of us have been talking too about doing, you know, we did the Sunday night calls. You know, sometimes they were well attended, sometimes they weren't. We're looking at right now streamlining into Lynn and Michael's calls, and perhaps doing more collective calls like this with our intimate group as we're growing together, and inviting others that are, you know, wanting to be more interactive, because a lot of times those Tuesday night calls are not going to be interactive. They're going to be more educational. So then we can regroup here as a team and answer questions and come together collectively. And, you know, a lot of the stuff, even on the Facebook, on the ICE Dream Team Facebook page, you know, a lot of stuff we can get from Team Success, not Team Success, excuse me, Real People, Real Success, which is Lynn's Facebook group. and streamline it over to the ISA Dream Team. Because when people are brand new, and I know there's Asia, I know you're brand new, so I don't mean to confuse you, but we're trying to streamline. So if you all see something that you are benefiting from, either on, just on any other Facebook group, it doesn't matter where it comes from. Isogenics Business has their own Facebook group, but instead of plugging all of these people into all of these different groups and making it so overwhelming, we would like to see more people, grabbing and sharing on the ISA Dream Team. So however, that looks for you, it can be once a week, it can be once a day. I just tend to do it whenever I see something, because I know I'm learning. And if I'm learning something from it, I can certainly just take a second to post it and share with the group. So I hope that makes sense.
Heidi, since you're sitting in an airport with nothing to do, no, sitting in JP's apartment with nothing to do, when you make that list up of all the different websites that we've talked about that people need to bookmark, do you mind making a list of the different Facebook groups and what is appropriate to be posted on those pages? Because I do think a lot of people get mixed up between, the ISA Dream Team page, success, real people, real result. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them. And I just think it'd be a great resource. People could keep it on their desktop. You're muted. You're still.
Yeah, I agree. That would be great, Heidi. We could use that.
Okay, I do have, it's so funny. I we're collecting all this stuff and then simplifying it and streamlining it. It's so interesting. It's like building a house, right?
Oh, there you go. You got it right there. Perfect.
I have all the resources, and that's the thing, guys. It's like you can't really, people are really going to digest when to use these when they actually use them. So I'll go over this. Think about this, guys. We're working with 3 categories of individuals in our business. Category 1 is prospects. Okay, we're working with prospects in an effort to educate them on our solutions and give them adequate information to decide if Isogenics is the right fit or not for them. When a prospect converts to a product user, we are now working with that product user in an effort to maximize their product results. Make sense? The third, and remember I said escalation of exposures? There's also escalation of engagement in Isogenics. And my experience has been, if a prospect becomes a product user who has an amazing result, oftentimes organically, they also become a business partner. So the third and last category is business partners. So prospects, product users, and business partners. And our business partners are the category we're working with and collaborating with in order to streamline this business and help others maximize their financial results. In conjunction with these 3 categories, we have 3 corresponding Facebook pages. Is everyone on Facebook? No, they're not, and that's okay. But I do think that these 3 virtual, what I like to call them is 3 virtual containers. Hold on, guys. Oh my God. Let me turn this off.
I'm laughing. I'm seeing your sister's drama.
There's so much drama. Oh my God, the internet doesn't work. No, this is life. On. Do not disturb.
There you go.
Okay, so in conjunction with these 3 categories, and isn't this so intuitive, right? There's 3 corresponding Facebook pages. The first one, and like I said, I like to call them containers for each category, virtual containers for each category. The first one's Real People, Real Results, which is our virtual store where we invite and welcome our prospects to take a look at our solutions. And it's great because there's lots of people in there and they can see that it's bigger than just us. The second group, after a prospect converts to a product user, is our Fresh Start VIP product support page. Okay, and I love that because that is where we add our new users after our new preferred clients after they enroll, and they can go to this in order to get 24/7 support. It's a great page. And then last but not least, there's success, real people, real success. Now in our group, in our smaller group, and I'm going to change this, it's the ISA Dream Team. Okay, so I will change that. And then when we were talking about this morning, we don't want to overwhelm people, but I think it's important to have a smaller group. It's almost like our family unit, right? It's fun to go to the big party and the big, with the cousins and the in-laws, but I don't want to go there every day. So, once someone is a manager, say, and we'll think about this, we'll add them, it depends, we'll add them to the larger team umbrella, which is success, real people, real success. So there really are 4 Facebook groups, but I hope that makes sense to everybody. And it all is congruent with our escalation of exposures, So what else? This is so great. Is anyone else loving this? I'm loving it.
Hi, Heidi.
Is there Anna? Hi, girlie.
Hi, I have a snow day today, so I'm at home. So I'm so glad I got to hop on. So hi, everybody. So my question to you is, and we talked about this, at Celebration, since I'm trying to help kids, and I really feel like I'm supposed to get the word out for Isagenix to kids, and I can't really use my students, but there's that Facebook group of ISA kids, and a lot of people don't want to have you share their stories because they're, the parents are proud, but they want to be respectful. They want to keep things private. But how is there, are there ways for us to share more transformations with kids? And if so, is that something that we could put into the ISA Dream Team so that can happen?
This is what I would say on that. I think it's so important for us not to get in the weeds as a team. Mm-hmm. With regard to that, if you have a unique situation like that as a teacher, that's the time that you text me, or text one of the leaders and say, this is the situation, what do you recommend sending? Because I can direct you to that pretty quickly. And, isagenixhealth.net is really good, or Google's my best friend. So I wanted to answer Denise's question to some guidelines. So if you can think of these 3 Facebook pages as having specific boundaries, okay? In our prospecting page, remember it's our virtual store, people don't need to know how to use the products. Okay, they don't need to know how exactly to do a 30-day or they don't need to know that. It's like you're shopping for a vacuum. If you are in the store, you don't need to figure out how to use it and read the instructions until you bought the vacuum, right? So real people, real results, testimonials are great before and after. I know Lynn just did that unbelievable Facebook Live with Dr. Paul Anderson, really great information that adds to the credibility of our products, etc. We don't have to talk about how to use them because then people they lose their focus. People buy because of emotion. What's in it for me? What am I going to get out of this? They don't need to know exactly how to use it. I know Ricky and I were Ricky's like, check, I'm doing my cleanse date, check. did my snacks. I had like some almonds and I was like, oh, I think you're supposed to use those little wafers. And she goes, you mean those dog treats, those Scooby snacks? I was like, yeah. So it's like, you don't have to do this perfectly. And I just really think it's important to share the benefits more than getting into the weeds and sharing like how to do it. Now, once someone becomes a preferred client, they've bought in and they need to know how to use the products. Okay, it's more like Real People, Real Results is why. Why do we need Isogenics? How can it benefit us? Fresh Start is how to use the products, questions and support. It's a questions and support forum for product users to support each other, etc. And then the IsoDream team, it should be business. I really think that we should keep those boundaries. And even though, the products are what this business is built on, no doubt about it, I think if we focus too heavy on, I just think the boundaries make sense. Does everybody agree with that? Can we, or I want to hear from you guys. What do you think?
Okay, Heidi, I have a question on the IsoDream team, because we use that to post the IsoBuddy stuff that we do on Tuesdays, and a lot of those aren't business. They're just product users. Is that maybe inappropriate?
Say that again, Mary.
Okay, on Tuesdays, we use the IsoDream team to post our invitation to IsoBuddies, and a lot of the people in that group are prospects and or new users, or definitely not business people. Should we not be doing that?
I look at that as just a really nice invitation for all of us to bring people. I don't look at it as product information or, but what I would say is this, and George said, yeah, I would keep doing that. The IsoDream team is great for posting local events. Okay, I post my, when I was in Boulder and Denver for the Essence tour, I posted that I was going to be there because maybe some of you know people in Denver, like Lori. Lori knew some people in Denver. I texted her friend. So yeah, I think events, absolutely, but I wouldn't put your product users in the IsoDream team to invite them to an event. Yeah. I
do think, Heidi, I think depending on who the person is, in some situations, inviting someone to be part of the IsoDream team might be beneficial because they will see the bigger picture, and that's one of my goals too for the IsoDream team as our personality, as we create a personality in that group. Because if someone is kind of intrigued by the business, I don't think it's a bad thing to add them to the IsoDream team. So George, I know you mentioned in your
I totally agree.
I
think it's so important for people to see that it's not just about me that's enrolling them, but that there's a whole community and culture of like-minded people that are supporting their goals.
And it's something we can discuss too. IsoDream team way back when it was created was just this little itty bitty group to communicate what events were going on because it was impossible to get a hold of everyone. So now as we have grown to be so much bigger than our little community in St. Louis, I'm open. There's, you look at Laura St. John and Scott St. John and Strong Confident Living, they've sort of merged everything. They do business transformation and new product users all in one group. So, it doesn't have to be business, but I do think anyone being added to there right now should be at least intrigued by the business, or if you feel that they're open to the business, because we have a fresh start.
What you just said is exactly what I was going to say. Is, to me, okay, I always ask permission. I always ask permission to add them to Real People, Real Results. I always ask, and I explain what it is. I always ask permission to add them to Fresh Start. You know, if I just enrolled Ricky. Ricky, are you interested?
Yeah, it's part of the introduction call. It's part of that welcome call that we do.
It's
orientation
call. Yeah. And I ask at the end, are you a 1, 2, or 3? I'd like to get the orientation call streamlined too, as we get this going and we have our, you know, Monday virtual power hours, and then we have our hopefully Friday follow-ups, you know, to add like a team like we had. I stopped doing them, guys, because people were from other teams were getting on. People were getting on without having the welcome email pulled up, and you know, it just got to be not worth my time. But if we can get all on the same page, rowing together, oh my gosh, we can streamline this and leverage the team's energy. But exactly what Tina said, I basically, Joe, in the orientation call, you know, at the very end, I say, so Joe, you know, in order that I can be of best service to you, I'd like to ask if you're a 1, a 2, or a 3. 1, you're simply interested in benefiting from our incredible nutritional technology. 2, you're interested in our elegant referral program, and you might want to introduce this to some family and friends to help offset the cost of your products. Or 3, you're interested or at least intrigued, keywords, or at least intrigued with the income opportunity behind our products. And I let them answer. And if they say a 1, I totally respect that. And I don't say, now Liz O'Keefe said she was a 1. It can change, but it may not have changed had I forced her into a situation she wasn't ready to be in, okay? It may not have changed if I, with a fire hose, started talking about the business. Instead, I said, okay, great. You're a 1, you just want to be, benefit from your virtual wellness store. That's great. We have an incredible Facebook group called Fresh Start. It's a VIP product coaching support group with like-minded people like you looking to achieve their optimal health. Would you be open, again, my favorite 4 words, would you be open to me adding you to that group? I always ask permission, okay? If they're a 2, you know, I'd like to, you know, that means they're intrigued to me. I mean, most of the time I either get a 1 or a 3. Yeah, I'm intrigued. You know, if they're gonna introduce it to a few family and friends, they're intrigued. So if they're a 2 or 3, I say, awesome. Well, you know, everybody's a product user. So I say we have an amazing VIP product support Facebook group. You know, it's called Fresh Start. Would you be open to me adding you to that? And then I get their permission. Okay, great. And because you're intrigued with the business, and this is how I phrase it, but phrase it, you know, in your own language. I say something like, so Mercy, because you've expressed an interest in, you know, sharing it with some family or friends, et cetera. We also have, in addition to our VIP product support page, we also have a team Facebook group for the business. It's called the ISA Dream Team. You know, even if this isn't for you, you might want to poke around, see what we're all about. We have we have the caliber of people that we have on our team is just incredible. And I think you'll like just kind of seeing how we're so different than other companies out there. I'll say something like that. So permission, ask permission. You know, that's the biggest thing. Don't throw them in a Facebook page without asking permission. Agree on that? You know, it's kind of like playing hard to get. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you might be interested. It's just leave them, as Paul says, you know, you can't push a string. You can't push a string. Just keep them intrigued. Statements like, gosh, if you knew what I know, you'd have your value pack on the way. I just can't believe what a game changer this nutrition has been. Okay, that brings me to oh my God, it's 12:37. Anybody want to stay on for another 10 minutes?
I'm in.
What makes the difference is the music and your voice. Okay, the very last thing I want to talk about is, hold on, really getting clear on who we are. Is anybody confused on when someone says, what is isogenics? Are you guys confused on how to answer that? Anybody? I am.
Yeah, I think there's so much information, Heidi. We all are super passionate about isogenics because we live and breathe the products, and we love it because we understand what it does for our bodies and what it does for our lives. But I think when someone is in the dark and wants to know what is isogenics, I know that I'd love to word vomit out everything that I can and then hope they just get it, and I don't need to do that.
Can I tell you what Kathy Cooper actually said about when somebody says, because we asked her at the 2-star last year, and she actually said what says.
No, you can't tell us. I'm like waiting with bated breath.
I won't tell you guys. Okay, so Kathy Cooper's standing up there and somebody says, how do you explain it? And here's my notes. I have it written down from Kathy. Isogenics is a health and wellness company that has solutions for weight wellness, energy, performance, and healthy aging and wealth creation. Does any of that get you excited? And Kathy, in her voice, you're like, yeah, I get excited. So she explains it in the bare bones and then asks the question at the end.
So guys, I love that. And I think we do need to get super clear on what we do need to know, because we don't need to know much, but we need to know. I love that. Mercy, will you put that on the IsoDream Team Facebook page?
Absolutely. Yes, I will.
And I will also add these. So this is, really getting clear. This is how I've been explaining things, because it used to be more of a nutrition company, but my gosh, guys, now we have this amazing oil, and which I take everywhere with me. I just, love it. So this is kind of what I've been doing. I say, you know what? We show people how to open their own virtual wholesale wellness account. Ricky, it's kind of a hybrid of Amazon and Whole Foods at wholesale. I don't know how I lived without this. Create intrigue. And then you can ask some questions, and I love what Mercy just shared. But here's the other thing. So, who are we? What sets us apart from any other company out there? That's what we really, because there's so many, right? So how I like to explain it is, we have over 100 products that you can purchase through your virtual wholesale wellness account. But what I have taken, my family's taken, and will for 7 years and will continue to take for the rest of my life, is our 4 pillars of health. And these are 4 key products that take the guesswork out of feeding your body everything it needs in the right amounts and the right synergies, because we cannot get it from Whole Foods. And I finally found, after 48 years, the answer to what I was missing, because I was thinking I was doing everything right and I was still sick and tired. Still needed the coffee shot. So that creates intrigue, and it gives them a little education. Why do I say the 4 pillars and not the 5 pillars? I have always thought it's very confusing as I've been doing this. Sorry guys, there we go. I think it's really difficult to explain to people why, I take out my packet of complete essentials, and I say, this is pillar 4 and 5. And they're like, wait, what? It's confusing. So I just break it down to this, and they're like, well, what do you mean? What are the 4 pillars? Well, we have a cleanse that rids the body of impurities, cleanses the toxins so that your body and your cells become like a sponge to nourish the most nutritionally potent 240 calories you could put in our body, which is our isolene shake. It's not just a protein shake, it's the perfect meal. And the 3rd pillar adapts the body to stress. I call it my rocket fuel. Isogenics calls it Ionic Supreme. Our 4th pillar fills in all those nutritional gaps and has Nobel Prize winning research behind our anti-aging product within our complete essentials. And that's designed to protect. And if taken together, those are the 4 pillars that are my health insurance policy and enable me to be proactive rather than reactive with regard to my health. Guys, that's my presentation now. I'm doing these conversations and copies. That's all I do. And then I open it up, and everybody talks. So, I think that's really all we need to know. But of course I want to hear what Kathy Cooper's doing and do that. But, knowing the 4 pillars, because that's what sets us apart, knowing that we give people, enroll people for a virtual wholesale account and they can shop and purchase whatever they want. And knowing that they're going to have huge support, it's a community, and really casting that vision. Everybody's looking for this, a shortcut to getting everything they need in the right amounts and the right synergies. So anyway, that's really it. I really think if we just keep boiling this down.
Heidi, in wrapping up, just for interest of time, I just wanted to open it up to anyone for questions, in case people have to jump off, because I know we sort of gave a 12:30 to 1:30 time frame, or excuse me, whatever, I don't even remember Central, whatever time zone we're in. But if there's anyone, on this call that or in this group that has questions or maybe suggestions, guys. We've been, a few of us have been doing this for a long time, and which is a wonderful blessing. But on the flip side, we tend to look at things in like the START group, like, oh, everyone knows what the START group is. So please raise your hand. And as Heidi said in the beginning, Asia, believe it or not, girl, not to call you out, but you are the most important person in the group, because I think, if I can tell by the people here, you're the newest to the group. So, just know yes, we love it. Just know that it can be overwhelming, but we're all here. And especially if you're local, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person sometime soon, maybe even this evening. I'm not sure if you're able to join us. But if if even after this is over, if you have questions, or can you guys repeat that for me, or can you help me understand it? Just, we are all here to support each other. So.
Ricky,
yeah,
I think one thing that we could really get into more would be Instagram. I think there's a big lack in that, especially with my generation. I'm going to be 40, but not that young anymore. But I think that, most friends use that. I do it. So I think that's something that we could definitely dive more into, and I would be more than happy to create like an ISA Dream Team page, or even get a Fresh Start page going there that we can like tag, and do hashtags, and I can teach everybody about all that if they need to know. But
that would be awesome.
I do think, yeah.
On Instagram, you mean for Instagram? Hi, Andy, we see you. See, isn't this beautiful? Lori gets to chat with all of us.
Here, what kind of meeting are we having today?
Do you see Heidi?
Hi, Heidi.
The beauty of this business, you guys, that's what I love, right? Right there is a perfect example. So Lori, I don't know anything about groups in Instagram. I didn't even know you could do groups. So if you would be willing to spearhead that, maybe with a couple other Insta junkies, that would be fantastic. I know Christy, Lauren is pretty, and Tara Schultz.
They're awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome on Instagram. We would so appreciate that. That would be awesome if you'll be willing to spearhead that. I'm in.
I'll start a group. And I know like that's just, the idea came up from Jeff, you know, being on our team, and he doesn't like Facebook, and he's not the only one. And I think there's a fear there because it's private. So Instagram, it's more, you have to pick and choose what you join. So yeah, I think it would be huge. So yeah,
Okay.
on it.
Awesome. Thank you, girl. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. And anyone, you can still teach the old peeps new tricks.
You're
right?
not old. You are not old.
The brain.
I've got this.
Okay, I'm jumping off. I'll see everybody who's going at Donna's tonight for the sip
All
and
right,
sample.
guys. And I just want to show Andy one thing.
Oh shoot, he's
If he's
gone.
there.
You can, Lori, take a screenshot.
Lori's gone.
Uh-oh.
This is where Paul played hockey yesterday. You know, and Andy's a hockey player. I was like, I'm going to send it to him. I'll send it to Lori. Okay, love you guys.
Okay, bye.
Safe travels, Heidi.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Great call.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I don't know how to get off. Look at her. She wants to get under the covers.